Okay, so you have been invited to this exclusive VIP event, this Zoom with the Dunns, the amazing Stefanie and Joel Dunn. I am so proud and honored to have them on the call with us today. You have been invited to this Zoom because you have met your 400 in volume. We're going to talk a little bit about why that's so important and why we need to take it to the next level in the steps of success. I know there's some seasoned distributors on here, so you kind of are like, oh yeah, I know the steps of success, but if I'm being honest, I think so many of us have gotten away from the true basics of what this business is and what we're doing to build that business. And really to build that business, it's so simple, y'all. It's so simple. So I'm not going to take all that away from the Dunns, but I'm just going to say thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Thank you so much for pouring into us constantly. I know you're constantly on Zooms with other teams, and I'm just honored to have you all. I know you guys are headed to Africa like early in the morning tomorrow. And so it would have been very easy for you to say no to this, but so I appreciate you saying yes and showing up for us, even though it may not be convenient for you. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to mute all, and then I'm going to unmute you guys.
Hooray, we're unmuted.
Okay, yay.
Okay, we're good.
All right, we're good. I'm going to put you on speaker view so we can see your beautiful faces, and I just want y'all to take over and to give us some of your wisdom.
Yay! I'm so honored. I was so excited when Lori asked this because I think some of you know as leaders, we think, oh, we don't want to reach up and ask busy leaders, but I'm always available. And I see Melissa Yardley is on, and she knows that. I'm so willing to give information. All you got to do is ask. So that should be a big thing for you guys to take away is just ask. And that's just something that Lori's good at doing every once in a while is just asking. So first off, congratulations for hitting the 400 club. That's a big deal. I don't think we actually, celebrate that enough. So congratulations, especially if that's your first time, and maybe it hasn't been your first time, but you're just ready to go back at it again. And sometimes that's what we need. We just need that jump start to get back at it. So 400 club. So what that means is really getting your customers in, right? You want to get those loyal customers in, and with all the stuff that It Works has been doing to get the customers, they're making it a lot easier for us. I love that they've given us some product rewards instead of just wrap rewards. For those of you that don't know, that's a big deal. And then kind of testing it out. So if you haven't, make sure that you're using that, letting people know they can test out the loyal customer program, at our commitment for just the first month. And they're going to really do a good job of keeping our customers. Joel just read an article on Amazon today. He just read it. And this is something that if I could go back and do, I wish I took better care of my customers. Mm-hmm. And Amazon does a really good job of taking care of their customers, right? And so It Works wants to do that. They want to do a good job of taking care of their customers. So setting them free product, mystery gifts. I mean, I can't help but think I want this freaking mystery gift, and I don't even know what it is.
Like, how many of you want to sign up as a customer just so you can get the mystery gift? I'm like, can you guys just send us the mystery gift? That'd be great.
So, being excited on your Facebook, on your Instagram stories, whatever that is, where you feel comfortable, all platforms really, and letting them know, hey, you get these. And that was something that they did. So can you just share a little bit about that, what you read to me? Do you remember?
What was amazing was every year Jeff Bezos does his annual shareholders notes of where he sees the company has been and where they see it going. And one of the things that he wanted to reiterate to them was, do you guys realize we didn't have a single profit in the first 6 years of business? So from 1994 to 2000, they didn't have a single profit. And he said, what we did was we put all of our profits back into taking care of our customers. And now look, they're one of $2 trillion companies. So for 6 years, his focus was customer service, making the customer happy. Nobody had heard about free shipping or Prime until Amazon came and created that. That was his whole focus and his whole culture. And that's what Mark is really, really looking at doing with It Works, is taking our customer service and our customer retention to a whole nother level. I mean, how many of you guys saw his message this morning about he's got something for later tonight on the call? It's like, can we just forward time really quick and just get to that and see what that is?
Yeah, so that was a big kind of aha. We're constantly reading and wanting to know what we can do. So as a new distributor that it's hit 400 club, you don't have a large team yet. So really make sure that you're reaching out to the customers. You have that time to reach out, see how they're doing. How can I add, more product to your order to get the results that you're looking for? If you don't know much about the product, go in and read a little bit or reach out on your team pages or ask your upline too. Questions that they may have. So that's something that looking back, I wish I would have known. And same thing is take care of those distributors as they're coming in. So that's something that kind of struck me. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you guys today. And if we're going to emulate what Amazon is doing, let's start right off the gate on doing it. And maybe, again, like I said, you're getting right back into track of things and going, you know what? Yeah. There's people that have been in this company for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years that have gone from Ruby to Presidential this year, getting paid as a Ruby at $500 to making over $30,000 because she made a choice to do it. And so taking care of those customers, asking them to kind of upsell them. So what that means, is, do you want to lose weight fast? Do you want that energy? Do you want the full package? What is that? So make sure you ask. We don't know unless we ask. So that was something Laura didn't know what I was going to really necessarily talk about, but I hope that that's a good little nugget that, that I got, and as a reminder of just make sure that we go ask. And with the end of the month, we know that you guys are pushing for the next promotion. So you're going to always hear steps of success. It's kind of like that never ending, like, oh my gosh, it's a broken record, right? But really it's that simple. And when you lose focus on where you're going, you're not going to get to where you're going. And so sometimes I may feel like I'm lazy or gosh, my business might not be where I want it to be. And I always go back and look and go, am I charting people? Am I helping them reach that first goal, which is 400 club? Congratulations, don't stop. Next spot is you helping the distributor come in and helping them go to 400. It really is that simple. I think we lose that sometimes and think there's this magic pixie dust that, the Dunns have, or what is it? But it's repetitive, disciplined action over and over. That's really what it is. My feelings don't get hurt if somebody says no. It's part of it. Just like if somebody asks me before keto coffee, would you like a cup of coffee? I can't stand coffee, you guys. I do love keto coffee cold with chocolate greens, but don't let somebody distract you from where you're going. So newbies, season ones that you're like, I'm ready. I'm sick and tired of being stuck. I want to go to that next level. I want to be in the top 20. You can do this. It is that simple of a choice of going, I'm going to go from $500 a month to $30,000 a month in 10 months. I mean, who wants that? I mean, that right there, when she shared that with me, excited me. And so you have to create that momentum. So celebrate the 400, but don't stop. There's still more time in the month. So if you haven't got a distributor, great. Now you're going to get, when you're going to be pumped up, you're going to reach out to people that ask friends of your Facebook, of your Instagram, in your phone. Hey, do you know anybody that's looking to make some extra money through the holidays? This is your best time to join the business. And the reason why is I've been in for almost 10 years, guys. I know what happens. Every year, what happens January? Everybody's looking to lose weight. They want to make more money. That New Year's resolution kicks in. Conference happens. And so get ahead of the curve this year. Like Lori's doing a great job of getting you guys on a Zoom to pump you up because she knows where we can go. So make sure you're reaching out to people and letting them know. Plant those seeds now. Really make sure you get those in. So get that distributor in. Next, with the $20, don't just sign them up with $20 with their kit. That's an awesome promo, but we want results. Mm-hmm. So if somebody says, Gal, I see this person promoting, what are they doing different than me? Take a look. Are they getting results from using the product? So when we're talking to that new distributor, ask them, are you serious? Do you want to make money? Because I know the successful people in this business use the product. If you're not using the product, you can't share. So you have to use the product. And I love that we have the keto coffee for samples. Now, I'll be completely honest with you on this. I thought, are people really going to buy the coffee for $20? What's going to happen? And I was like, holy cow, I'm making a few $100s every single day just from
Have
samples.
you guys heard of Keto Cash?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Keto Cash is huge. At the Green Carpet International, we were on a panel just specifically to talk about Keto Cash because it's something that's taken off over here so much that they want to make sure that everybody internationally understands how important it is. I mean, when we first started, Wrap Cash was the lifeblood of keeping us from losing stuff. And so if you can grab Keto Cash and just run with it and show pictures of your coffee, show pictures of cash, eventually people are going to go, well, I like coffee.
I like cash.
My cash doesn't come with my coffee, but it seems like every time you have coffee, you have cash. So that's an important thing to play along with just because of the fact that most people don't realize how much cash you can actually make with your coffee.
Yeah. So make sure that, we're bringing in these new distributors. What could we recommend? And of course, getting that extra bag of keto coffee. If you can get them to order something, have some personal results, you're likely going to keep them around longer. And I go back and forth because Lori and Liz and Melissa, I'm not sure how long you've been in, but I see some faces that have been around a little while. And we used to have wraps for Wrap Cash. Like that was just something we would constantly order. So I love that they've kind of innovated this to have that. So make sure, again, let's suggest some products. So keto coffee, the keto energy, the collagen. I've been selling a ton of samples of that, especially with the holidays. People may want a 5-day slim down with a keto coffee. So get into expos. I had a great expo, made $1,000 in keto cash in just 6 hours, and we've got 7 loyal customers, about 500 in orders that from just the expo, and then 4 distributors, actually probably 6 now because of follow-up. So do you think that was worth getting into an expo? I mean, there's so many different ways that you guys can do this business with just we got social media, but then with the holidays coming around, you guys should Google that right away. Where can you get into a little expo? And it might be $20, $25, $50. Grab a friend. If you don't know, comment on your page. I'm just kind of reading through. So steps to success is that 4 loyal customers, really 5. If you can get 1 customer in that first 72 hours and unlocks another $50, probably a broken record, and that's okay. We want to drill this through. Sometimes it's good to hear just the simple things that I still teach a brand new distributor.
Broken records make a lot of money.
And then those 4 loyal customers, and then 3 distributors. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. I did not have social media, guys. I went to Triple Diamond with no social media and no gear. Could you imagine that? No Blitz cards, no nothing. It was just me talking to people. Like, do people do that anymore? I don't know. But
gosh, we're old.
I know. But there is so many people. It was eye-opening to me at the expo that didn't hear of it, or they didn't realize that we had so many new products. They might have heard about the wraps, right? So we have got so many products that they want. And the collagen has been awesome too. Yeah. Thanks, Liz. 5-day slim down. Yeah. I might be old at this, but I always constantly try new things. So steps to success, those 3 distributors, the reason that this is important is because everybody wants to make money. So how can I make an extra $300 to $500 this month? You've got your 4 loyal customers, 5 loyal customers, and you bring on 3 distributors, help teach them to get their 4 customers. There's $300 in fast start bonuses. This is so important. This is what I do every single month that pays our bills. So mine is 10 distributors. That is what I want every single month, $1,000. Everything else is extra. So old school, and then I got the new kids on the block here probably. So old school, what was that number when you got in? Are you consistently, being a little harsh on you, going back to what you wanted when you first got in? Do you still do that? That is being disciplined. That is being consistent. That is leading your team. That is creating momentum. That will get you to the top. That is the only difference that I can tell you why we've stayed where we are. Now, do I have times that I might slow down? Absolutely. But I'm going to pick up on a day that I might have lagged a little bit, or a week. Like in Africa, I know, okay, time difference. I've already prepped my mind on when can I work my business? How do I work my business? Am I a full-time mom? Do you still have a job? What are those days and the times that you're going to work this business? You all can do this. It's a matter of deciding today what you're going to put in. So I know Lori wanted nail money, so I could be a little hard on her and go, okay, Lori, that's 3 DTs every single month. I want you to do that. I know she can do that. So that's what she needs to go back to, remembering that. Newbies, what is your goal? If you don't know, you need to know. So I generally, when I'm talking to a brand new person, they really don't know. They want to make money, but they might go, I don't know, a lot, or, it might be 30,000. And I'm thinking, that was not me. We got to break it down so simple that they can do this. So I'm like, you know what? Our first goal is to get you $300 to $500 in the next couple weeks. How are we going to do that for customers? Who do you know that could help you out? And especially with the loyal program right now, guys, no commitment after that. So make sure you're going after that. And then who do you think would want to make money with you? Who do you know that you're scared to reach out to? You see them and you're like, I'm so nervous. But you just have to message them and be totally real and say, you know what, I've been thinking about you. I've scoped your page, and this is going to sound out of left field, but I really think this is something that could help you. And we work with the top income earners of the company. Use that, okay? Make sure that you guys are using that. It's a big, big deal. If you see something, Lori, I'm not reading these, I see them popping, just holler at me because I'm
okay. So I have a couple things, but I didn't want to interrupt y'all. One question that was really good, I believe Melissa Yardley asked this, and so I wrote it down, is what's your number one tip for taking care of your customers? Because I do know you all have been in this for 7 years. We've been in this for 7.5. It gets, you have systems in place, and sometimes, I wrote down in bold as big as I could, consistency and discipline is everything for me in my game right now. And I think it is for all of us, but I think the longer you're in, you start to kind of like lax a little bit on your systems, or you try to pick up a different system and that's not really working for you. So now, how are you keeping up with your customers? How are you providing that customer service? Because really, customer service is everything. I know Joel talked about Amazon and how they're keeping their customers, and corporate's doing an amazing job of changing some things up to give us kind of a new playing field. But how can we as distributors take care of our customers? What do you
as funny as this sounds, it is as simple as the same question when you guys ask, well, how do I sign a distributor and how do I sign a loyal customer? You ask. I think the thing is people don't realize they're not asking.
Yeah.
So when you have a customer, are you following up and asking? Follow-up is where all the fortune is, and people just aren't naturally following up. We do have systems in place right now that have just started taking off, and Mark's got all the analytics to show how it's impacting us volume-wise, which is amazing. But going back to Amazon, one of the most amazing thing is, even if I buy a product from a third-party person, like let's just say Taco Truck Dave, I get an email 2 days later specifically from Taco Truck Dave seeing if I got my product, how I'm liking it, and if there's anything they can do to make me like their product better. Mm-hmm. So for us, those are the things that we need to think about as well. It's also going to be kind of nice to know what emails we're sending out as a corporate team so that you can interact with those as well, because you don't want to double up on it and be like, hey, I just got 2 emails at the same time. But guess what? 2 emails are better than no emails.
Right.
Well, and this is for me, like I said, if you guys are like, I'm ready, and maybe you've been in your season, you're like, I want to do a better job of taking care of customers. Like I said, I wish I would have. So I'll talk to 2 different groups here. So newbies, start taking care of them now. When you get a customer, ask them, how do you like to want me to respond with you? Do you work best with text, Facebook, Instagram, or a phone call or email? So ask them which way they like it. I'm a little bit old school. I would suggest getting a file cabinet and filing those customers in and doing it by month. So I still do this, guys. I have years of customers and distributors in the month. So now I can look back, see what they ordered, and then in 2 weeks I can go back and follow up with them, or 2 days, or however they responded. So you might have a little bit better system of Instagram, Facebook, or the social, or texting. Okay. Set a reminder in your phone if that works for you. That's something that I would do. I love that It Works is actually going to be helping doing that, but that's still something that I would do just in case they don't get their email. I mean, most people check their text. So I would do that. Write it on your calendar. If you don't have a planner, be prepared to have one. Start one now and get one for the next year. You're going to be in this for the long haul. So I have a planner and I write that down because I'm forgetful. I'm like, oh, I'll remember it and I forget, right? We're human. And I let them know, hey, if you didn't hear from me, please text me. I can't help you unless I hear from you too. So letting them know that. So that's a little bit on how I do kind of some follow-ups. I'm keeping track.
Steph, I love the last part that you just said, because I think it puts that responsibility or that empowerment back on the customer too. We want them to know, hey, I always say, text me when you get your order. Let me know when you get that box so then I can send you some more information. Instead of like overwhelming them with a ton of information at first to do everything, hey, when you get it, let me know. And it gives that extra form of contact and adds that empowerment on their end.
And if they get, say, the keto coffee or the wraps, I'm like, as soon as you get the product, text me because I want to give you some tips to maximize your results.
Yes.
So then they're engaging with you. Yes. You know that they got it. That is somebody that really is going to probably use the product if they're texting you. So I would star that, make a note, and just say, hey, I want to, here's the best way to use the keto coffee or the best way to use the wraps or whatever product. Check in a couple days or that next day. If they're interacting with you, make a note of that. That's a potential distributor for you.
Yes.
If they're communicating, that should be like flashing green lights of they're giving you the open door to start talking to them about being a distributor. They may not know it yet, but that's your cue. That's how I think.
And that was just Joel talking about that too, is just asking, because I think when you're having those conversations with your little customers and you're following up, you're doing the asking aspect of it. I mean, that's the same thing, right? Why not ask them, hey, at their end of their 90 days or their 3 months, as they're continuing to keep ordering and you're encouraging them to keep ordering, even though they're not required, we want them to, right? We're going to start asking them, hey, since you're loving your keto coffee, why in the world would you not be making money on this? I just made $80 in keto cash today. Like what Joel was saying, like show the cash, show the coffee, show them that they could do this too, how simple it is.
And something else that Courtney just brought up, thank you for that, because you can create a group on Facebook on potential LCs, make the lists. And so mark those, or potential DTs, and put those in those Facebook groups. So I do that with even new distributors like October distributors. And the reason why is I want to see if they're posting. I want to make sure that they're active and they're got a rhythm going. So newbies too, this is crazy, but be consistent. We know that Facebook, Instagram is a little bit different than it was years ago, where you could do a post and the whole world would just see it, right? You still want to be consistent with that, but understand that not everybody's going to engage. But just have that through, because when you are communicating, what do? If somebody comments or inboxes you, you're like, who is this person? I'm going to go look through their page, right? I want to see what this person's all about. We're human. So they're doing that to you. So take a quick, how does my Facebook look right now? Is there enough to show that you're influencer, a rep, and you have an online business, whatever you want to call it? Do you have some products that give them a little bit of curiosity? Oh my gosh, here's some before and afters. Just scroll through. If you haven't, start updating that and just be aware. I think that's something that, again, we get kind of lazy in, and we just don't take that time to look back and go, what does it look like? What do I want it to look like? Because you can be whatever you want to be on social media. I mean, it's quite crazy. You could go to a pretty house and take a picture of yourself in a pretty, in front of this house, and they think it's yours. It's weird. Anyway.
Well, and you can be the shyest person in the world and be so outgoing on Facebook. You can be who you want to be. Yes. And grow in confidence that way too, which I love. Hey, Joel, I want you to touch on this. I know Steph already did, but I can remember probably not quite 6 months into the business for me, about 3 months in the business. I had gone diamond within 3 months. And I was on a call with you and Steph back in the day in 2011. Yeah. Dinosaurs, right? But I can remember you just saying, because at that point in time, Quentin wasn't really on board yet. We had 4 young children, and life was absolutely insanity of diapers and laundry knee high. I mean, the laundry never went away, but the diapers did. Life's just a little bit different now. Still crazy. But I can remember him going to work each and every day and just really feeling like, okay, what is this all about? And he had the banker mentality of like, are you making money with this? And he knew I was making a little bit of money, but I had a hard time casting vision for him other than just like through my actions, which ultimately did the work. But I was on a call with you guys about 3 months into the business, and you blew my mind on something. And at that point, and I'll give you a little hint on what that was, and you can talk on it. I remember grabbing him by the shoulder and said, this Joel guy knows what he's talking about. He told me that I could guarantee myself a pay raise, and I'm going to guarantee this family a $500 pay raise each and every month. Watch me. And I can remember on that call, and I know, Steph, your number's always been 10, but that moment in my mind, I just solidified as $500 pay raise to myself. I was going to get 5 distributors, and I was going to guarantee myself a pay raise. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember that call as much as I remember that call, because it impacted me going forward, and that's how I've talked to. But I would love for you to touch on how can people in this business, and specifically on this call, this is a 400 VIP exclusive call that they were invited to because they were 400. They're great at gathering loyal customers. And now we need to take it to step number 3. And I know there's leaders on this too, that we have taken it to step number 3, but maybe we haven't been as consistent in our business as being mindful of, hey, all it takes is just to give ourselves a guaranteed pay raise each and every month that grows our business. Can you touch just a little bit on how in the world give yourself that pay raise?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is my favorite part, and I try and talk about this everywhere I go because it's one of those things that if we don't talk about it enough, people just don't get it. So I've kind of retooled it. So what we're talking about obviously is fast starts. Fast Start is the only part of this compensation plan that you can control. Yes. And what I mean by that is I can't tell you when you put your 4 customers in, if you're going to get to the 400 club. What if they all ordered Fat Fighters? Well, you got 4 customers, but you made it to the 100 club. So I can't tell you based on what the customer is going to order, how your paycheck is going to be. But I can tell you that if you sign up a distributor, get them on an 80 BV auto ship, and then get them 2 customers in their first 30 days, you are going to get $100 that following Friday. That is guaranteed. So like Lori said, when she was looking for $500, I was like, that's simple. Just go sign up 5 people and do that over and over and over again. Do that every single month. So what I want you guys to get accustomed to now is, like Steph said, figure out what your number is. But I want you to tie that number to something in your life that you are paying consistently. So let's say it's student loan. Let's say you have a student loan debt of $300. That's 3 fast starts every single month that you need to get to knock that bill off and not have it come out of your household expense. Does that make sense? Now all of a sudden you paid for it with 3 new distributors every single month. All of a sudden that left money in the bank at the end of the month because you're doing it with new money every single month. Car note, same thing, $500. Go get 5 new distributors. If you do this consistently and shoot for this month after month after month, I promise you your team will grow. And the reason why is because you've now become distributor focused. You've become so distributor focused that as you do that month after month, I mean, think of how many months Steph's been doing 10 distributors. Even if she doesn't hit it for every single month, I'm pretty sure she's going to have 120 new distributors every single year. Compound that by 10 years, you can get to Black Diamond. Just go out and do that simple step and focus on doing that month after month after month, and it just takes over itself.
You know,
I love it, because I'm telling you what, if we just get back to the true basics, I know the Joel Dunn that I fell in love with and the Stefanie Dunn that I fell in love with is when you bring distributors in, loyal customers come. If we focus on going back to the roots of recruiting people, okay, I know we have phenomenal products. They speak for themselves. They'll stand for themselves. Just take them, be passionate about them, let them change your life, and that will sell itself. But if we are recruiting people and getting distributors in, our business are going to explode, because when I started doing that, my business exploded. When I started doing that, holding Quentin by the shoulder saying, I'm going to give myself a guaranteed $500 pay raise. And he was like, whatever. And I actually did it. I actually put actions to my words. Guess what happened? Everything started to come together because I stayed distributor focused. And all I had to do, I didn't have to be mass recruiting. I mean, if you're mass recruiting, amazing, right? But you know what? If you're not, all you got to do is teach the power of duplication. Just duplicate what you're doing. It's a steps to success over and over. And as you were just saying, Joel, those 5 distributors, Steph led me to a new ruby every month. And all it takes is 2 rubies to go emerald and 5 to go diamond and 6 to go double. And before you know it, you are diamond, double, triple, presidential, ambassador, black diamond. You just can't quit. You can't get frustrated. You can't quit, and you got to keep asking.
Well, and the reason why that works so amazingly is, so we've got 85 people on here. If each one of you went out and got 3 people next month, that means that this group would jump to 255 people.
That's crazy.
3.
Well, and I think this is something too, and how you take care of people. I am not customer driven.
Yeah.
I am distributor driven. So I would much rather, as terrible as this sounds, but I like money, and why not get paid to use products, get results, and teach other people how to make money, right? So if I'm helping 4 distributors, 5 distributors come in and they all get 4 or 5 customers, that's less work on you, right? So I'm teaching them to take care of their customers. So I'm actually doing less work. So y'all think that I'm super crazy busy when really my life is pretty easy, because I'm teaching the distributor how to get their own customer, how to follow through, and asking the questions on the team page. And we just start to grow that leadership that way. So, I mean, if you were just got your 4 customers and you just kept growing distributor after distributor, you're going to find one that leads you to a rock star. It just happens. So that is something that you just have to be excited about and share. I always go back to that customer after I get their information, or most of the time I'll get their information, and just once I got that credit card, I say, you know what? I just got to ask. There's no pressure, but if you ever thought about making extra money, you're going to get the results. Why not? So don't forget to ask. You've already got their info. Worst case, they're going to be that customer for you, but do it after that.
Hey, Steph, I can remember a conversation that we had on the phone, and I can remember saying to you, I just don't know what to do. Like, everybody that I signed is not doing anything, and I have become almost like I'm prejudging people or interviewing them to become a distributor on my team. And that was the record low enrollments that I had at that point, because I was looking at things so wrong. I'm trying to, hey, Mallory, let me see if I can mute you. I lost your picture. Anyway, I was frustrated, and you said something to me that I feel like, I don't know why I need to share this, but I'm just going to share it. You said to me, Lori, keep putting people in. It doesn't matter if they're going to be your next rock star or not, but it's going to build your confidence along the way. And before you know it, you're going to get somebody that's working. So if you have to put 10 duds in, and I know that sounds so like, right? Spend your time to put 10 duds in to get one person that might potentially just get their own customers. It's going to build your confidence along the way. It's going to hype you up. It's going to allow you to be able to find the next person. And I thought, that's so brilliant, because it goes back to the foundation of me wanting to grow this business, what Joel just said. If I just focus on what that number is for me, okay, which was 5 back in the day, right? That number is for me, and I go put 5 in, I'm not responsible necessarily for them going, each of them going Ruby. I've built my own Ruby, and I'm helping them to get their own customers. I'm not doing it for them. I'm pushing them to do it within 72 hours to get that extra shopping spree money in their pocket. I'm pushing them to do it. And my job becomes a lot less hard because I'm not trying to do it all. So that conversation between you and I has stuck to me to this day of like, okay, I'm not going to prejudge them or try to interview people for my team, because when that happens, then I get in my own way. And then I start like saying, oh, well, they're probably not going to do anything anyway, so why am I wasting my time? And then I start really kind of going down a rabbit hole of, well, I'm not going to do them either, because I'm not going to waste my time there. And then before I know it, I didn't enroll anybody for the month, So we've got to get back to just putting people in, and some people stick and some people don't, and pushing them to get their own loyal customers and pushing to get those fast starts.
What I think is so funny about that, Lori, is it is kind of funny when you have to get out of your way, because, let's talk about the circle of 5. If you got your circle of 5, well, everybody's got that one friend that's in the circle of 5, and you all just kind of have them there because they're the sad puppy. Well, we all seem to get the sad puppy as the prospect to sign up.
Yeah.
But what you don't realize is that if you sign up the sad puppy, they've got the other 5 in the circle that are amazing, that you never would have had access to if you didn't just go ahead and sign up the sad puppy. So sign up your sad puppies to get to your rock stars.
Yeah, I'm going to answer this last one and then one more thing, because this was something that usually blows everybody's mind if you're new or not. But the reason that I'm so distributor driven is they may lead me. They may not be this, like Lori just said, the rock star, but they may have a friend that I connect with, and I'm really good at going through the depth of the business. And, you know, we got to Black Diamond with no personally enrolled ambassadors. And people are like, what? Now we got a lot of ambassador legs, but those people just haven't got themselves to ambassador yet. But I've got to the ones that they may be 10 levels down, that all of a sudden they're the ones that see the vision, they're ready to go. So don't discredit anyone. They could lead you to the one, and it only takes 3 people really to get you to the top. So that's good. And then the last one I saw on there is the customer driven. What's the golden seal? Let them know, hey, I'm placing orders today. I knew you were really interested. Does today work for you, or do you get paid on a certain day? Then you can write it down. It's really that simple.
That's good. Okay, I know y'all are getting busy to leave for Africa tomorrow, which is phenomenal. And the time difference is just crazy because y'all just got back from Spain too. So I don't know how you're doing it. Joel, take some extra greens because...
Yeah, he's not feeling so good. It's all right.
Okay,
I'm actually sleeping right now.
Well, while you're sleeping, I'm going to ask you to close us out on something. If you have,
all right.
Do you have the energy? Can I muster up like maybe
all
2
day
minutes
long
from you to close us? Okay. I want you to talk about the power of 5. I know we've been talking about the steps to success, and really that's the whole model of this business. Just like Steph said, her model has been 10 distributors and distributor focused. And I know y'all are on here because you got your customers and you're at 400, but let's move to distributors because that's where the money's at, y'all. And that's where the guaranteed money is. Do you want to be club of 100 with 4 little customers? Like Joel said, it made me laugh, but it's so true. We can't always control what they're ordering. So that's the true basic is the steps to success, but there's also something very beautiful about the power of 5. And I've heard you talk about it a little bit before, Joel. I would love for you to end this Zoom on that note so people can really feel encouraged to know that, hey, 5 is all it takes.
Yep.
And this is just distributors,
yeah,
no customers.
I will do it in 2 different formats. So here's just the power of duplication of signing 5. So if you started out signing 5 distributors, your first level would be 5, obviously. Your second level, if they all signed their 5, would grow to 25. Your third level would grow to 125. Your fourth level would grow to 625. That fifth level, 3,125 distributors. That's the law of compounding in effect, in a perfect world. So now let's take that to our business and let's use the actual compensation plan and go through 7 levels of depth in your organization based on that. So at your first level with 5 on their 80 BV auto ship, you're going to get 15%. So that's going to be a $60 paycheck on that first level. Your second level of 25 at that $80 at your 10% commission level, that's going to be $200. So compounded between those 2, you're going to get a $260 check. Now go down to your level 3. You've now had 125 at 80 times your 5%. That's a $500 paycheck. So now you're compounded to a $760 paycheck. Go down one more level. You're on your 5th level. You're on your 4th level right now at 625 at 80 BV at 5%. That's $2,500. Well, now you're getting into the big money. You got a comma in your check. Go down to your next level. You're at level 5.
Tell them how much it was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your combined total was 3,260. And I will actually send these to Lori so Lori can actually post them so you guys can actually see them. So your next level is your level 5. That's where your 3,125 people show up. They're at 80 BV. You're getting 5% on them. That's $12,500 to that check, which compounded with your other checks is now up to $15,760. You're right about presidential there. So now you go down to level 6. Level 6, you've now had 15,625 people go in, all with their 80 BV auto ship. Remember, we're not even talking about them having 4 customers. This is just an 80 BV auto ship. At the 2% level, that's an additional $25,000 into your paycheck. So now you're at ambassador money with a $40,000, $760 check with just those 6 levels. Now, Black Diamond. You could get to Black Diamond just running 80 BV auto ships with a perfect world of 5 distributors, all of them on their 80 BV auto ship. On your 7th level, you will now have 78,125 people at 80 BV at 2%. That brings in $125,000 into that check, which means you have a grand total of $165,760 for that check. That is the power of perfect math with our compensation plan, just through 7 levels of depth with no customers. Now, add some customers in there because you guys are all in the 400 club, blowing my mind on what that number would be. But this was perfect math. What if you only captured just 10% of that? If you just captured 10% of that, did 90% failure rate. Let's put it that way. You had a 90% failure rate. You were absolutely horrible. The rest of the world looks at you and says, you are a failure at 90% failure rate. You just capture 10% of that. That's still $16,576 a month. That is why this is such an amazing opportunity as long as you keep putting distributors in.
Can we just say, make sure your flipping auto ship is on?
Yes.
Oh, we need to lead by example. The Power of 5 is incredible. The steps to success are incredible. They are the roadmap to our success for our company, for our business, for our distributors. If we're not starting with number 1 by running our auto ship, we're dooming ourselves. So let's not step on our own feet. Let's make sure we're running our auto ships, we're getting our customers, and we're getting our distributors. But Joel just nailed it right there. Just distributors alone, you can go Black Diamond if everybody's running their auto ship. So make sure we're running our auto ship, and like Steph said, making sure you're running on things that you can make money on, right? She's making a couple $100 each and every day on keto coffee. I'll get there. And it's happening for me. I'm not a couple $100 each and every day, but I've made a couple $100 each and every week. It's totally doable, y'all. You just got to ask.
That's right. I think it's so funny when people are like, what is it? And it really just comes down to being disciplined and consistent and focus on gathering those distributors, and the customers come behind that. So you all can rock this out. They're giving us the tools. It's that decision, that choice that we can choose. And if you're like, you know what, I can start right now, don't beat yourself up. The past is the past. Today is, moving forward, and you can make this the best year yet, So I hope you guys were excited about this Zoom. I loved it. I see great comments. So you have an awesome group of leaders in this page and on your team, and we're out there battling right along with you guys.
You guys have to figure out how badly do you want it. Said in church today, desperation will kick down the door that complacency keeps closed. So are you keeping your own door closed because you're not desperate enough? You don't want it bad enough that you're kicking down doors. So start kicking down doors instead of letting them stay closed on you.
I love it. Hey guys, thank you so much. I just so appreciate it. I know you guys are so busy, and again with leaving early in the morning for Africa.
Hey, actually, we don't leave till Tuesday, so we're good. We got a little extra time.
Can we pray over them really quickly for safe travels and for Children's Cup and all the stuff they're doing?
Yeah.
Did you want me to do that? That's my idea.
One more time.
Okay. All right. We're just going to do some free prayer here.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear what you said, Melissa.
I didn't either.
I was going to pray over you guys for your trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
Epic.
All right. Here we go. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for bringing us together and reminding us the power of community, the power of being better together. Please watch over these incredible leaders as they travel to Africa to share their heart with so many who need God in their life, so many who need to know that they're not forgotten, who need your love, who need the faith and the strength and the courage that only you can provide. Thank you for using Joel and Steph not only in their servant leadership, but to go over to another country and be a vessel of your love on behalf of It Works, on behalf of all of us. So keep them safe, get Joel healthy, and watch over them as they change the world. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thanks so much. We love you so much, and just appreciate your time.
Did you get a picture?
I did get a picture.
Okay, we got a picture.
Good.
We need to make sure we share.
Stop the video here, but I am going to say this. Well, stop the recording would be better.